I talk with a lot of founders about how to validate. We don't do the validation because we're the attorneys, but what the founders need to be doing is three things. They need to be validating their technology, make sure the technology is going to work, right? And if along the way your idea turns into a technology or something that you can't validate, well, that's going to tell you, okay, we need to stop putting time into this, right? So validate that the technology is actually something they can make. Validate that there's a market willing to pay for your product or whatever it is, your brand, your service. Validate that the market will pay for it at a price that works for you. And if you can't validate that, that means you probably need to rethink where you're headed with it. And then legal comes in the third step, which is really protect your freedom to operate that business, to sell that product, to sell your service, to provide your service to people. Protect your freedom to operate your business. That's where the legal, the financial, the operations come into play. And so it's this kind of really stepwise approach where you say, okay, I got an idea and I think it's great. Let's validate the technology a little bit, validate the market, make sure we can protect ourselves and make sure the financials work. Okay, great. Let's go to the next level. That's all working. Let's move forward and do more and more of that until one day you've probably put a ton of time and energy into this and you're running a business and you've got people who buy your product and your product works and you're on version 2 and version 3 of your product, but it all starts at the very beginning, and those first steps need to be small, and you need to really do all three of them together. Because if you just move forward with legal and you go get a patent on something, but you've never validated the technology, never taken any steps to validate that somebody will buy your product, you're out of balance, right? And that legal spend is going to be super high. And this is where inventors get frustrated that, I spent $20,000 getting a patent and now nobody will buy my product, or I can't find someone to make it, or whatever. Like you're out of balance. You want to try to stay in balance with those three factors: validating technology, validating market, and freedom to operate.